Good morning, everybody! It is a beautiful day. The time is currently 8:28 a.m. in Arlington, Massachusetts. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's about 75 degrees
It's about
outside.
75 degrees outside right now. It's beautiful, clear skies, nice breeze, comfortable temperatures. Wish you were here. Today's daily reflections is a little bit later today. I went to a Just for Today meeting, which is my favorite, at 6 a.m. meeting at St. Camilla's in Arlington, Mass, 1175. Concord, whatever you call it, Route 2. Jesus, Concord Turnpike. That's it, 1175 Concord Turnpike. Today's daily reflection is false pride. It is July the 19th. Just a few short hours away from July the 20th, which is my birthday. I'm going to be spry 17 tomorrow. Not really. Hey, what's up, Victoro? Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday. I'm going to be 49. 49. Where's the camera? 49? I'm going to be old. Older than white dog poop. But I'm alive, I'm here, I'm happy. Happiest I've ever been in my entire life. We're not comparing it to happiness due to circumstantial things. What's going on, Bankroll, Chris? Obviously I was very happy when my children were born, when I got married, other accolades in my life. But I'm speaking of true spiritual happiness. Yep, tomorrow. True spiritual happiness and the happiness to know that I'm not doing this on my own, that I had the ability to turn it over to God's power and God's will, and I don't make the calls anymore. I'm a backseat driver. I just keep my mouth shut. I don't want to get in a wreck. Get it? Get in a wreck? Because when I control things, it's bad. All right. False pride, July 19th. Many of us... Rewind that. Many of us who had thought ourselves religious awoke to the limitations of this attitude, refusing to place God first. We had deprived ourselves of his help. 12 steps and 12 traditions paid 75. Many false notions operate in false pride. The need for direction to live a decent life is satisfied by the hope experienced in the AA fellowship. Those who have walked the way for years, a day at a time, say that a God-centered life has limitless possibilities for personal growth. This being so, much hope is transmitted by elder AAs. Some old folks or even younger folks that have been doing this a while and have a lot of experience, they really portray the success of living with the knowledge of your higher power being at the wheel, at the helm, if you will. Thank you, truck driver. I love that truck driver. I thank my higher power for letting me know that he works through other people. And I thank him for our trusted servants in the fellowship who aid in new members to reject their false ideals and to adopt those which lead a life of compassion and trust. The elders in AA challenge newcomers to come to, so they can come to believe. I ask my higher power to help my unbelief. Today, if I was being judged on my reading, probably a D+. It's weird because I have it below the camera. I don't have my normal setup because I didn't want to bring a tripod to a meeting with me. So, false pride. We've been over this a million times. When we thought we were proud of our accomplishments or our ability to amass money, cars, women, whatever it was that you were proud to own. Keyword is own. I have the least amount of tangible items in my life at this point. But my higher power has helped my unbelief. And there is so many... What's up, Bankroll Chris? There's so many people who get caught up in the three-letter word God. And I used this analogy this morning, and sometimes people are really not going to like what I say, but when I first came in, I said, me and God weren't on the best terms. I had some issues as a child, nothing nefarious, just issues where going through Sunday school and CCD and the confirmation process, where I had a lot of questions. And the priest didn't have any tolerance for questions. It is what it is, and if you don't like it, blah, blah, blah. Told me I wasn't going to be able to be confirmed because I had questions. And they weren't disrespectful questions. They were legitimate questions about what I was learning. Fast forward, my mother said, he's going to get confirmed whether you like it or not, and I became confirmed. So here we are today. So as I had said before, a lot of people, when they come to read this text or go to a room and they hear the words God, they jump to their worst case scenario in their head. Oh my God, God! God took my grandfather away. God made me screw up my entire life. God hates me. And how do you tie that to a higher power? If you're going to use a higher power that people say, oh, you could use a pencil. You could use the group as your higher power. I chose to just stick with it easily. I chose God as I understand him, keyword, as my higher power, and I put my will into his hands. Now, here's the tricky part. As an adult, and being as smart as I am, knowing absolutely everything, why can't I just have faith that there is a God as I understand him? Hey, what's going on, Isaac? Good to see you, buddy. So as an adult, why am I unable to go, well, God's an ideal that is ever encompassing in my life, that there is something above me that is making the important things happen in my life, that positive or negative, and it's my ability to either fight his will or to use his will. When I fight his will, I know where I end up. Shackled, losing jobs, smashing cars, you name it, it happened. Stabbed in the face, everything, a lot of crazy things happened when my will was making the decisions. And what I was explaining this morning was that if you take a 5 or 6 year old kid and or from when they're a baby, 3 years old or whatever, and you tell them, hey, Santa's coming, Santa's real, the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy. When we were children, we had no problem with the concept of faith as we knew it at that time, because we had faith and we had belief that, even if you weren't a religious family, you had faith that Santa Claus, that was your practicing thing, was real, and Santa Claus was going to come down the chimney. If I was good or bad, it's going to depend on my gifts. The Easter Bunny's going to come, and he's going to shit little jelly beans all over my house and eat carrots I didn't ask him to eat. But those are the things, like, we had faith that, and like, I remember back to being a little kid before, some punk said, Santa's not real. How could we have such unbridled faith and understanding in something that we were never going to see? You're never ever going to prove it to be real. But we had unwavering faith that was real. So how come as an adult, being as smart as I am, say, believing in Santa and believing in the Easter Bunny wasn't a bad thing? Nothing negative came out of it except for, he ate the carrots. I don't even like carrots. Santa ate the cookies, though. I mean, let's be honest. He took some cookies that I might have wanted for myself. And we'll have words with that later. But, I digress. Why can't I have a faith or a belief in something higher than myself, that is my higher power, God, if you will, that if I just do the right thing, follow the steps, follow the right paths, make the next right decision, that just like with Santa Claus, I'm going to receive my presents. I'm not doing this to receive presents, but to me, my presents have been the ability to be my age, thinking that when I was younger, I wasn't going to live past the age of 35. I was set in my mind. I had already cashed in my old age chips, and I said, I am going to crash and burn in the most spectacular way imaginable. You know, it was just ingrained in my mind that was going to happen. Old age wasn't something I ever worried about. This is prior to having kids. So if you think about it, and you know, people obviously have problems with Santa too, because it didn't always fit in with their lives. Like, they may have had parents that weren't good. In the situation at the time, they may not have been able to make Santa a reality or whatever. But that's, you know, we're talking about small subset of a subset. But for analytically speaking, and not analogically, analogistic, as an analogy, your higher power, or your God as you understand him, is no different than Santa Claus. It's just here and now. You're not going to go sit on, you know, your sponsor's lap and ask him for sobriety. But you do have the ability to get on your knees. You do have the ability to pray. You do have the ability to think that there is this being. I'm not trying to please him. I'm trying to utilize his experiences, his knowledge of the world and the circumstances I'm going through to guide me to the right end of the spectrum. That I'm not in control of it. I can't manipulate my way out of it. I can't make people think the way I want them to think, nor would I want to. So when they say keep on coming, or challenging the newcomers to come to, so that they can come to believe, I believe we already believe. We just have it locked up deep down inside, below the, you know, the arrest records and the resentment and regret and pain and suffering. We have a belief that as an innocent child, we believed in Santa Claus. We believed in the Easter Bunny. So it's not a huge stretch for you to believe that there is a higher power that you can put your will into. So faking it and saying, yeah, God's good, I got him. Me and God got it, watching over me. Thanks, God. It's not it. To me, that's false pride, and it manifests itself into many other situations throughout your day. But for the focus of this program, false pride, humility, etc., etc., etc. Go back to a simpler time in life in your brain when you remember. Not when you learned about Santa not being real. And if anyone still believes he's real, I'm sorry. But if you are able to lend your brain to go back to that simpler time when you believe that to be true, you should be able to pick a person, place, or thing as your higher power. And you should be able to place your will into that person's, that being's hands. Let him make the tough choices for you. Don't obsess over anything you can't control, and life will get better. There are things that I'm going through in my personal life that are not ideal. They're not something I could choose, I would wish to choose, or wish on anybody. I wouldn't wish what I'm going through on my worst enemy. But I'm going through it, and I believe that I had to have these things happen to me, unfortunately, or fortunately, for me to become the man that I am today. If I had skated by and I made it through the years of using, and somehow even managed to just like shut it down, a white knuckle it, or just force my way through it without the steps, without meetings, without other people, the elder AAs, Frank, I may have made it. I may have survived. I may have been fine and healthy. I don't think in a million years I would have been as happy as I am right now. Having this inner peace, the lack of weight on my shoulders, the weight of the world, the weight of the people I love. If I didn't have that right now, it wouldn't be a good place. So, catchword buzz phrase, keep coming, let God let go. I don't know, whatever they say. They love to say all those things without actually saying something that's real from their heart. Every time I speak to you, whether I sound like a babbling idiot or I sound like a, I don't want to say genius, but I don't know, Stephen Hawking's, for example. I know that I know what I know. Before I didn't know what I know. What's up, K-Soft? Before, when I didn't know what I didn't know, I was a fucking train wreck. I could hold it together so well and convince anybody, for the most part, that I was fine. A-okay. But wasn't happy. I was happy if I got to pick up my stuff before work, or if I got to go to the liquor store before work, or if I was able to hide something from someone or make extra money to get extra stuff. I was happy. I wasn't happy. I was just feeding that negative thing that was ruining my life. So now, today, truly, without lying to you, because I do not lie, because, let's be honest, I have a bad memory, and I can't remember my lies. So, that's going to do it. False pride. You don't need it. You don't want it. Get rid of it. Okay? Think about Santa. Think about the Easter Bunny. Think about whatever, Krampus, whatever you got in your life. Just remember how easy it was to have a belief and a faith in something you couldn't see, feel, touch, or understand, and that ultimately became fake to you, a lie. Okay? This isn't fake. This isn't a lie. This is reality. There is something that is controlling this, and whether it's just an anomaly, that if you do these things, there appears to be a power that is somehow to praise for this, then by all means praise it. Enjoy it. You're never going to enjoy your life just white-knuckling it, staying at home, going to meetings and not understanding, not asking questions, not raising your hand. You're just going to be still sick, but without a drink. That's all I've got for you today. As always... Oop. Sorry, I was looking at the time. What the fuck happened? I screwed it up. I love you all. MIK35959. All social medias and platforms. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to do this again this way because I really screwed myself up. I apologize. But you know what I was going to say. I love you. Bye.